Oh, oh, let me not forget. Mm. All right, Grand Rising, Grand Rising. You know how it go. I love when I get to get the live out the way early and continue on with my day early. All right. Okay. Okay, there we go. Where those TikTokers at? Where are those toxic TikTokers at? Mm-mm. All right. Okay. What's this? A new song? Wait a minute. The unbiased Ron. The unbiased Ron make a new song?
Yeah. Facts over feelings.
Facts over feelings.
Facts over feelings. Teaching
Uh-huh.
the truth to the youth and black children. 50 million blacks to 50 million
Yeah,
facts.
yeah. That song is that new song I made. I made that song in like it's like a hook, just like a little hook. But that song I made yesterday, like 30 seconds. This is crazy. Facts over feelings.
Yeah. Facts over feelings.
Yeah, I'm a low key
Facts.
producer. Oh wait. I wanted to tell that. Yo, why do Tik- TikTok be Tik- like I'm restricted already. I just started my life. I'm restricted. Basically, barely. All right, let me let the TikTok
Facts over
talkers have it.
feelings. Teaching the truth to the youth
Little song
and
like
black
actually like
children.
this
Fifty
this is the hook.
million
I ain't put the
blacks.
lyrics together like that. But let the TikTokers hear what I'm talking about. Facts over feelings.
Facts. Facts over feelings. Facts over feelings. Teaching the truth to the youth and black children. 50 million blacks with 50 million facts. Facts over feelings. Facts over feelings. Teaching the truth to the youth and black children. 50 million blacks with 50 million facts. Facts over feelings. Facts over feelings. Teaching the truth to the youth and black children. 50 million blacks with 50 million facts. Facts over feelings. Teaching the
50
truth to the
million facts.
youth and black children.
Yeah, that song pretty hard.
50 million facts.
All right. So let me tackle this immigration thing, right? All right. So first and foremost, when it comes to immigration, Democrats and Republicans, they take two sides, right? So when folks be like, "Yo, man, they all the same, Republicans and Democrats all the same," man, yeah, it's easy to say that. I mean, but I don't think that's a wise position to take. because certain immigrants don't feel that way, right? Because uh, people being deported don't feel like it's all the same. When one party is saying get out, and other party saying nah, you can stay. Also, when it comes to importing or inviting immigrants over here, they don't feel the same. Both parties are the same because parties go after certain immigrants. Like for example, when you talk about refugees, the liberals, the Democratic Party, they usually go after refugees more than Republicans. Asylum seekers, same thing. Asylum seekers, Democrats usually cape for them. Republicans, they're not really interested in that. What about family-based immigration? Again, liberals that's all they want. Republicans like, eh. And you already know about illegal immigration. Democrats like, yeah, sanctuary cities. And Republicans like, nah, man, you gotta come here legally. Okay. What about diversity visa lottery? Same thing. Republicans like, nah, we could do away with that. Democrats like, nah, let's do it. You feel me? And then obviously TPS, temporary status. Um, Republicans want that to be tighter and narrower, and Democrats want that to be broader. You feel me? So when people say both parties are the same, it's like, well, real people in real life don't that's being affected don't feel like that. All right. And when it comes to yeah, so like that's just an unwise, uneducated, uninformed position to take. It really is. People just expose their ignorance when it comes to like politics when they say stuff like that. Anyway, many Republicans like to focus on when it comes to conservatives like to focus on when it comes to immigration, skills, education, English proficiency, economic contribution, employment needs, right? So that's they call that merit based or points based, right? That's the merit based or point based approach. And that's kind of similar to what goes on in Canada and Australia. And liberals, it's like weird because they go after refugees, asylees, family reunification, like the family visa, whatever, humanitarian, and they want to make these illegals legal, like legal citizens. So it's like are lineage Black Americans, are we really democratic? Because when I told you that, that's not like the refugee, asylee, long-term illegals or non-citizens to citizens. That's not really a Black American approach. Yeah, let's go ahead and bring folks from other countries around here. Let's make them legal and let's compete with them with resources and jobs. But this is a liberal thing. The conservatives want less and less immigrants. If you're going to bring immigrants here, the conservatives want the highly educated. And guess what? The highly educated, when they come over here, they're not on average competing with us with jobs because like we're like low level. Our education is like medium. We over here working at Verizon factories and A, B, and C. Those immigrants with those high educations ain't working at Verizon. Unless they the regional East Coast regional supervisor, they're not working with you like that. So they're not competing with the jobs you're competing for. The average job, they're the jobs they get. That's like for a PhD, double master, CEO. Like they go high tech jobs. That's what they coming for. They're not competing with us, but the people that the liberals bring over here, not they are directly competing with us as soon as they get here, like for employment. So I don't know, like maybe we gotta have a new conversation. Like, yo, look at the talking points of liberals, and you let me know if that's what we say on a regular basis. Is that what Black Americans talk about on a regular basis? Do we talk against that? So liberals take the humanitarian approach, right? They call that. Uh, Yeah, so you got the H-1B workers and so many recent immigrants have historically leaned Democratic. So now we see why the Dems go after a lot of immigrants, especially the ones that need help, the ones that can't stand on their own 2 feet, like the hyper selected. The hyper selected, they come over here highly educated and some wealthy. So they're not desperate for resources or certain things. Like they can stand on their own 2 feet, just guide it the right way. But the asylees, the people coming over here through war-torn countries or uh, earthquakes, tsunamis, like those people coming over here, like they need resources immediately, and the people who are most likely to get them resources will be the blue team. So they're going to lean blue when they go vote if they become a citizen. So it's like it's really just that. It's really about who's going to vote for me, and that's why I went over here. The hyper selected immigrants are most likely going to lean red and the humanitarian immigrants is going to lean blue. I mean, that's just like common sense. That's common sense, and that's called facts over feelings.
Yeah. Facts over feelings. Facts over feelings. Teaching the truth to the youth and black children. 50 million blacks for 50 million facts. Facts over feelings. Facts over feelings. Teaching the truth to the youth and black children. 50 million blacks for 50 million facts. Facts over feelings. Facts over feelings. Teaching the truth to the youth and black children. 50 million blacks for 50 million facts. Facts over feelings. Facts over feelings. Teaching the truth to the youth and black children. 50 million blacks for 50 million facts. Facts over feelings. Teaching the truth to the youth and black children. 50 million blacks for 50 million facts.
Facts over feeling. You dig? Facts over feelings. All right. So what else we got here? When you intentionally make a word sound identical to another word to create a play on words, such as blacks, right? Um, so you play on words, curiosity, or double meanings. You are utilizing homophonic ambiguity, right? So in my specific case, I intended my intended usage creates a grammatical friction. When I say I'm a blacks American or I'm blacks American, like I don't even like so when I use blacks, I don't use it in a sense where you say I am a blacks. I use it where it's grammatically correct to say I'm blacks American. Right. But that phonetically, when you say blacks American or American blacks, that phonetically sounds to a listener like I'm saying I'm a blacks American, like BLACKS. So when you say American blacks, let's just use that example. When you say American blacks, but I'm spelling blacks BLAX to a listener, they think I'm saying American blacks BLACKS, right? Because blacks is plural, BLACKS. It's a plural noun. So using it phonetically as a singular adjective or proper noun creates an immediate linguistic speed bump. You feel me? And that's deliberate. It's highly effective rhetoric. I'm sorry. It's highly effective rhetorical tool. Is designed to freeze a conversation. That's why I did it, and it forced the listener to stop and question your grammar. Like, why are you saying a black's American? Like, ain't that grammatically incorrect? No. No, 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 no. Okay. So blacks, BLAX as an endonym. As I speak about the acronym TRAP, I've been to about. I've been said it here and there, sprinkled. Try to lay the facts down before. Matter of fact, before I even do that, let me go here real quick. Let me go here real quick. Before I even do that, let me go here real quick before I do that.
Named Mona Leo, I think that's her name. And somebody called in talking about her the other day. Now, this sister,
Peace, Carlos Magnus,
I forgot what city she's from, but she did a video. She
Grand
did a
Rising.
song called, was it Sexy Salon? Something like that. It was, I know it was Salon something. It was, I think it was Sexy Salon. Now, Salon, that's a term that our brother Marak and a couple other brothers who are in here, they've created that term. And it means the same thing as foundational Black American. It's the same thing. And that's actually a very good thing that we use different terms to describe the same thing. Strategically, that's a very smart thing to do, ladies and gentlemen. We should have the ability to use different terms to describe the same thing. Yeah.
Right. Different terms. We should have the ability to use different words to describe the same thing. Blacks is a different term to describe the same thing, and I'm breaking it down. So, I mean, let's just common sense. People of education understand this is inevitable.
Gentlemen, we should have the ability to use different terms to describe the same thing.
We should have the ability to use different terms to describe the same thing. My different term is blacks.
Yeah. Because when you do that, that prevents targeted suppression of a single term.
Right. So you got everybody saying, well, a lot of trolls saying FBA, they're cult, they're xenophobic. That's what happens when if that stays the main term to identify as, yeah, it's that easier to spread dirt on it and say, hey, all these people are cult members, xenophobic. They're a HATE group. Okay, so I won my appeal on TikTok. I got restricted for no reason. Twice, by the way. I didn't say the second one. I just went live on TikTok. Not even 5 minutes. I was restricted twice. I appealed and won my appeal. So hopefully they stop blocking people from listening. So anyway, when there's one term to describe you, people can easily just throw dirt in that, which happens to us more than anybody on this earth, dealing with the real devil. You feel me? So whether you're black, so now look at black. Black was taken from us and made the name of a classification of a race group, right? And then African American was given to us, and that was taken from the same thing. See, so when you have this one name for us, Black Americans, our history in this country, when we identify as one name, white supremacy has a history of taking that name, demonizing, and then, if not that, extending it to other people and say, hey, this is everybody's group name. So now, had let's say if somehow we were Black American, African American, and like something else all at the same time during like the 60s and 70s, 80s, then it would have been impossible to like take, or damn near, it'd been way more difficult to take one of those names and extend it to all of immigrants from Haiti and Africa and say, hey, y'all the same. Because now you got to do it with all these different words. So now you got Nigerians saying, I'm a black African American, this and that, Solon and Freedman. You know, so just imagine Freedman, Solon, ADOS, FBA, African Americans all exist at the same time. It'd have been much more harder for this white T person to extend that to all immigrants from African islands. Now they come over here. I'm Nigerian, Igbo, African American, Black American, Freedman, Solon, ADOS, FBA. It'd have been more confusing. But since there was only one name, made it that much easier to co-op and demonize. If they can't co-op it, they'll demonize it. So they can't co-op FBA Freeman because it speaks to a lineage. So now we'll just demonize it. But the problem is when it's just one name floating around, it's that much easier. 4, 5, 6 names, a lot harder. That's all Tariq Nasheed is saying.
Yeah, because when you do that, that prevents targeted suppression of a single term. See, if you have a Renaissance movement and it just relies on one label, that's cool, but sometimes it can be easier for the media, tech platforms, political groups to try to target, censor, or do some algorithmic suppression of that term.
Right. Like they're doing with FBA. And people are helping that be done because you see on TikTok, people, which I suspect are trolls and agents anyway, that they out here demonizing the name. I think purposely. A lot of these folks run around saying they're FBA with these spaces. I don't even believe they're FBA. I think this is like this is their way to infiltrate and demonize the name, which is kind of smart. Pretend you're FBA, get a whole bunch of FBAs to follow you, subscribe to you, while you're out there misrepresenting FBA and making us look like we're toxic, xenophobic, and the HATE group. That's kind of smart. You look at all their content is straight toxic. Nothing positive, nothing teaching the youth, teaching nothing is solution based. Everything is toxic, reactionary, gaslighting, race baiting, like everything. You're like, damn. So at some point you be like, okay, these are ops infiltrating as us, and they're this like a CIA agent. Like they could lead a so-called black movement and have followers and members in the movement, led by a cop, an infiltrated cop to lead astray the movement or the group, the cult, whatever that organization was. That's what's happening with a lot of FBA spaces. People are complete ops, complete cops, complete central intelligence, and they're leading people that way. And look at their content. It's just all divisive, rah, 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 no solution, just cuss everybody out. And folks are being led right along with them. So that's what Tariq is saying. And they're taking the name FBA with them. So now it's, hey, FBA cult leader leads people to this crime and they're all arrested, charged with so and so, so and so. But the word FBA is attached to that. So now it catches the stain. But like Tariq said, there's an FBA, Solon, ADOS, Freeman. Okay, now it's kind of hard to target one name and demonize it. And that's why I got blacks, which I'm gonna explain the reason behind blacks.
So a lot of times multiple interchangeable terms, sometimes that allows the movement to evade some type of digital censorship if it happens.
Okay, so multiple terms actually help grow what we're trying to do. So blacks is helping grow our talking points, what we're trying to do. It's a counter, it's a preemptive strike against attacks on the lineage, demonizers. So this is a propaganda move.
And also, it kind of protects to a certain degree from too much co-opting and too much delusion. Like the dominant society, they try to co-opt a term, having multiple alternatives
Let
that
me stop
allows the
playing that
community
because
to kind of.
I keep getting restricted. So I didn't beat 2 restrictions and now I got a third one. I think I was playing this. All right, so let me stop playing that. Okay. So that's the truth. You dig? That's the truth. So the thing is, as long as they don't, like whatever term you come up with the lineage, as long as they don't go against other terms or go against the lineage and what we stand for, it's all good. That's all Tariq Nasheed is saying essentially. You come up with a term for the lineage, it's all good as long as they don't undermine the need for a term, the need for a delineated term. If your term don't contradict that, it's all good. So people can't be afraid of when they hear a new term. Oh, new term again? Yeah, that's the goal. That's the goal. The goal is new terms. You don't know that? The goal ain't just one term where it can be co-op, demonized, throw dirt on it, and it's a wrap. Now y'all all whoever under that term, y'all all just seen as that. No, the goal is new terms, and one is going to stick. FBA is the most popular term, and as a result, because it's the most popular term, it's the most attacked term. It's the most filtered term. As you can see, what was that? CNN, NBC, the lady came on there, very positive, said FBA, Foundation Black American, and then CNN or whatever that was pulled it because that is the most attacked term. It's most popular, therefore the most attacked, the most undermined term. You feel me? ADOS is a far second. So now somebody else come on the show, same story, but or similar story, but now she's that person saying Solon. See, Solana is not as filtered and attacked like FBA or ADOS. If you're saying Freedmen, that's not as attacked or filtered as ADOS and FBA. So you can get further with that. That's called being smart. So now blacks is another way to sneak the same message. So the same message goes through. The message don't change. It's just the term. It's just what we call ourselves change. But the message, so that's why I say that the term is not that important. It's the message, it's the lineage that it speaks to. That's what's important. It's like a Trojan horse. The terms are the horse. The terms are the Trojan horse. We're inside the term. So whatever term we want to use, we're inside the term. So the term is us and we are the message. So whatever you're trying to deliver the message to, whether it's in Russia, America, wherever, like you're trying to sneak the message in through a Trojan horse. The Trojan horse is the term. So whatever term they want to approve, we'll take that term. You don't have a problem with this? Okay. But now the message is coming through that term. So if the message got to get through FBA, to say FBA, ADOS, Freeman, well, however you could get the message off, you use that term to go under the radar. Why would you go there and say what they are waiting for you to say so they could just not even air it at all? It's just common sense, but it's also facts or feelings. It's also facts or feelings.
Facts over feelings. Facts over feelings. Teaching the truth to the youth and black children. 50 million blacks for 50 million facts. Facts over feelings. Facts over feelings. Teaching the truth to the youth and black children. 50 million blacks for 50 million facts. Facts over feelings. Facts over feelings. Teaching the truth to the youth and black children. 50 million blacks for 50 million facts. Facts over feelings. Facts over feelings. Teaching the truth to the youth and black children. 50 million blacks for 50 million facts. Facts over feelings. Teaching the truth to the youth and black children. 50 million blacks for 50 million facts.
Facts over feeling. Facts over feeling song. That's what that is right there. And the Donnie Choco. Yeah. So that is nice positive music, Ron. Thank you, Ruby. Yeah. I'm all about positivity, right? And correct communication. So blacks. I'm introducing blacks. So again, people who know better don't have an issue with new terms, describing the same people, delivering the same message. That's why I was playing Tariq. Now he and anybody else who has a brain knows that's nothing wrong with that. So and especially the newest terms are going to address the issues with the older terms, right? Because we come up with a term like ADOS was the first term, and then Tariq Nasheed said he seen holes in ADOS, so he introduced FBA. As a matter of fact, it was ADOS and NBA, really, Native Black Americans and ADOS there. So I remember the live where Tariq Nasheed had seen holes in ADOS and he seen holes in NBA, Native Black Americans. He knew that people would think that we're saying we're the indigenous people. He knew that the average person ain't know no better. Like even yesterday, I had to explain, the day before, I had to explain the difference between a native person and an indigenous person because people really use those terms interchangeably and they're not the same. So we are like Black Americans, we would be considered Native Black Americans. That's probably the best name. We're even called Native Black Americans in white tea papers. When you read about white tea papers, they're making a distinction between us and African or Afro-Caribbean immigrants. They would call us native born. They would say native born blacks, or they would say native black, but they would put the word native there to describe us, to distinguish us from a foreigner. So native is the proper term, but Tariq Nasheed understood that the average fool would think we're saying we're indigenous. And so all I'm saying is that the same way he's seen some holes, ADOS a great term, NBA great term, but there are some holes in there that he wanted to avoid. So he said FBA. Then people who seen FBA said, I like that, but there's some holes there too. So I'll hold on to Freedman or Salon, right? And then people who like me who seen Freedman Salon say, I like that too, but I see some holes there. So I got blacks. That's all. That's all. Like, so people are just covering in their mind the holes they see that's going to be widened down the line using certain terms. So blacks avoids the acronym trap. Acronym are letters that represent words. So ADOS, American Descendant of Slavery, right? That's the words that right. But when you take the first letter each term, it spells ADOS. That's an acronym. FBA and so on to a degree is an acronym. So blacks avoids the acronym trap, right? So this is what I seen. I look at FBA, ADOS, and Salon. I see okay, these are acronyms, right? So there's many modern attempts to categorize our lineage, and they rely heavy on corporate sounding bureaucratic acronyms. That's what I'm pointing out to, like ADOS FBA. So acronyms read like government data codes, right? Or clinical terms. Like you got FBI, CIA. All right, so these are all acronyms. The FDA, the USDA, acronyms. So what I seen was that's the issue. I said a true ethnic group requires a distinct organic name, a singular word, not three, four, five words combined, a singular word that can be spoken, stylized, and weaponized culturally. That's what I seen. I said that's what we need. We need one word, like Haitian, like Ghanaian, like Burkina Bay. You dig? One word. As I like to research history. So as you see, like Noor, people say, "Hey, Noor, you got one words. Sudan, Sudanese, Eritrean." When people you say, "Hey, where you from? What homeland? What do you call yourself?" I'm Eritrean. One word. I'm Ethiopian. One word. You feel me? So like I told you guys, I'm good with patterns. So I'm seeing a pattern. Everybody just one word. French, Italian, Nigerian, Igbo. Why are we three words? Why are we four words? That's just a natural question. Why are we four words? So then you research, okay, is that an issue? Could that be an issue in the future? Could that be an issue in the future? And you research that. You say, oh, yeah, it can be in the future. Right now, it's good to delineate, to distinguish us from everybody else. But in the future, as the primary endonym, yeah, that might not be where you want to go. Blacks, one word. And what it does is the word black spelled with an X. Again, a lot of Nation Islam historical black history roots with the X, right? So anyway, blacks, it preserves the phonetic lineage, the phonetic lineage. So I didn't want to completely abandon the phonetics of black because we got black history, black free blacks, Black Wall Street, Black Power. So I didn't want to completely abandon the phonetics of black. I didn't want to alienate us, the very people I'm speaking to. You feel me? So this is my third successful appeal of a restriction on TikTok. All right, this is my third appeal. Like I got restricted. Look, I'm restricted. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. I just got restricted again on TikTok. So I'm over here winning. So now I'm appealing for the fourth time. So after I win this one, I'm just gonna reset. All right. So after I win this appeal on TikTok, this is the fourth straight appeal. I've never seen this before. Okay, so I wonder if there's a troll out there keep flagging me. Like now I'm thinking about that. All right, so I'm going to after I win this one, I'm going to end the TikTok and start a new one, right? But yeah, this is the fourth straight restriction. So I think somebody just flagging me at this point because I ain't never experienced that before. Damn, I'm saying something so damn, I must be very important. I got like 3 people on TikTok listening, and somebody's flagging me over and over and over. So this is definitely bugging somebody. But there's a song for this. I made a song just for your feelings. So this is Facts or Feelings.
Facts over feelings.
This is my song I made up just yesterday. It's called Facts or Feelings. So people don't like what I'm saying because you're in your feelings, but you can't stand up against my facts. You can invite yourself up. YouTube, click the link. Let's talk about it.
Facts over feelings. Teaching the truth to the youth and black children. 50 million blacks with 50 million facts. Facts over feelings. Facts over feelings. Teaching the truth to the youth and black children. 50 million blacks with 50 million facts. Facts over feelings. Facts over feelings. Teaching the truth to the youth and black children. 50 million blacks with 50 million facts. Facts over feelings. Facts over feelings. Teaching the truth to the youth and black children. 50 million blacks with 50 million facts. Facts over feelings. Teaching the truth to the youth and black children. 50 million blacks with 50 million facts.
Hey, yo, I ain't even gonna lie, yo. I love that song I made. Yeah, Facts or Feeling. Yeah, I've been bumping that song all day yesterday since I made it. I've been bumping that song all day today. Like, that is my song. Like, I love that song, Facts or Feelings. I just did a hook. I ain't even put lyrics there yet. That's just the hook. I'm trying to see, like, do I want rapping lyrics? Do I want singing lyrics? I don't know yet. But that hook, Facts or Feeling, yo, that is it right there. I'm sorry. That is it. That is it. So again, if y'all come in late, I played Tariq Nasheed. Tariq Nasheed talked about the different delineating terms: freedmen, Solon, ADOS, and this one I got blacks. And he was saying out of his mouth that he approves different delineating terms because he feels like one term that we use to delineate our history with white supremacy, they're going to co-opt that, demonize it, extend it, give it to other folks like they did with every other term we had, which is true. So that's why he's for different delineating terms because it preserves the ones that's already there. So now white people are trying to attack one, there's another one there, so they can't attack all of them at one time. So it dilutes the attacks. All right, and then like I said, each delineated term that came after the next one came to solve a problem they thought that the previous one had. Okay, I explained Tariq Nasheed ain't gonna go to NBA, even though NBA is a great term, the Native Black Americans speak to us, but he knew that people would think we're indigenous. Then he said he didn't like ADOS too much. He liked it, but the issue with ADOS was that the DOS in there, descendants of slaves, and people could say, I'm a descendant of slave too, and of the Americas, the plural version of America. Hey, I'm Adolf too. 'Cause I'm a descendant of not America, the United States, but I'm a descendant of a slave in the Americas, Central, South. Yeah, so it's the word game. So FBA, right? And then Solon and Freeman's more, they said, nah, let's go with that one. It's more tight. It's already in politics, already in legislative, right? The country already recognized this as a delineating term, a distinguishing term that separates us from anybody else. True, true. So then I come with blacks and I'm explaining blacks. Blacks avoids the acronym trap. Okay. And I'm talking about the phonetics that I kept. I didn't want to get rid of black, this words in your ear, black. When you hear blacks without seeing it spelled, when you hear blacks, you automatically think we're talking about black, the color black, the correct color, the way you spell color black. It's just some wordplay, right? Because I wanted to keep, when I say blacks, I wanted us to still think of our political fights, cultural, uh, what we did culturally, cultural evolution. I wanted to keep our emotional weight, stuck to the Black Power movement, the Civil Rights movement by keeping the sound identical, right? I wanted to preserve the cultural inheritance while modifying the legal and structural boundaries of the word. Got it? This is a smart thing to do. I put deep thought into it. It's not something I just woke up yesterday like let me do this. Put a lot of research and thought into this. This is like a year's worth of studying. Okay, so now the X, I spelled blacks with an X and not the CK or CKS. So the power of the X, right, replacing the CK or the CKS, I did that because there's a deep historical roots in Black American in our political neology, okay, in our political neology, and most famously utilized by Malcolm X. You dig? So the X traditionally signifies an unknown variable, an erasure of a history, okay, of something important, or a clean break from an imposed status, right? So by spelling blacks with an X, I convert a broad, generic, global racial color black descriptor that's used today to group everybody up. I converted that into a legally bound identity marker. So I took the word black or blacks and made it uniquely exclusively for us, while other folks use it as well, but phonetically, right? It means and it's spelled totally different. So when we say American blacks, foreigners thinking we're talking about them the whole time phonetically. Phonetically, they think we're talking about them. Yeah, American blacks, man, we go through struggles. American blacks history. Yeah, that's us. That's us. No, it's not. But I know you think it is. So I'm gonna keep going. While you think I'm speaking to you, I'm gonna keep going. Okay. So let me end this TikTok. So I passed my last appeal. So let me end this one and start a new TikTok. Yeah, this is wild. 4 restrictions. Yeah, I mean that's just confirmation that yeah, I'm him. So let's take a let's get back on TikTok. That's crazy. 4 restrictors in a row, won all 4 pills, and whatever. Okay. So when somebody says I'm blacks American or the American blacks, their brain is going to hear a grammatical error, right? Because they're going to hear the plural blacks used as a singular proper noun. And that's what I want to be done. I want people to think they're hearing a grammatical error. So they're going to ask, why are you saying you're a blacks? You mean you're a black. You got to use the singular form. Like, no, I'm blacks. How do you spell blacks? Blacks. That's not how I'm spelling it. I'm spelling it Blax. Oh, what's that? Oh, let's talk. You dig? And then that's when you talk about delineation. Like we need a delineated term. You could talk about the other terms that's out there. FBA, ADOS, freedom, so on. So it makes good for conversation. Um, you know what? Let me do this. That's TikTok. TikTok be loud as crap. Mm. Yeah, I got like over 1,000 followers on TikTok. It's growing, but I started a new TikTok. I got restricted again. Like so I'm just gonna do this. But that facts of a feeling, man, that one hits. I ain't gonna hold you. Anyway, so yeah, so I just coined a new endonym, right? That's all. Long story short, man, that pandemic, man, after that pandemic, bruh, that put real estate in a whole new world. The what if you were renting, whatever you rented before is double. That was some slick stuff, that pandemic. If you were paying 1,300 a month, you're paying 26. If you were paying 2,000 a month, you're paying 4,000. You dig? Just like that. Now it's crazy because that went up, but the pay rate pretty much stayed the same. Like making it like damn man almost impossible to keep up with your bills. One more time. Let's get the facts of a feeling song.
Facts over feelings. Facts over feelings. Teaching the truth to the youth and black children. 50 million blacks with 50 million facts. Facts over feelings. Facts over feelings. Teaching the truth to the youth and black children. 50 million blacks with 50 million facts. Facts over feelings. Facts over feelings. Teaching the truth to the youth and black children. 50 million blacks with 50 million facts. Facts over feelings. Teaching the truth to the youth and black children. 50 million blacks with 50 million facts. Facts over feelings. Teaching the truth to the youth and black children.
50 million blacks, 50 million facts.
50 million facts.
Facts over. Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna make that. Oh yeah, I gotta do something with that. That is hard. I'm sorry. That is hard, man. That facts over feeling. That is hard, man. My man said 50 million blacks with 50 million. I said 50 million blacks with 50 million facts. All of us got at least one fact. At least one fact with you. One more time, one more time. Meet that facts with feeling. One more time, yeah. This is my song right here. And I'll be driving this thing be on repeat. You gotta see my son be bobbing and stuff. That's like the best thing. You make a positive song and your kid like it. Daddy, play that song again.
Facts over feelings. Facts over feelings. Teaching the truth to the youth and black children. 50 million blacks for 50 million facts. Facts over feelings. Facts over feelings. Teaching the truth to the youth and black children. 50 million blacks for 50 million facts. Facts over feelings. Facts over feelings. Teaching the truth to the youth and black children. 50 million blacks for 50 million facts. Facts over feelings. Teaching the truth to the youth and black children. 50 million blacks for 50 million facts. Facts over feelings. Teaching the truth to the youth and black children. 50 million blacks for 50 million facts.
There you go, family. Facts over feelings. Yeah, I'm back on TikTok and I'm still being restricted. It's like the craziest thing ever. Okay, let me do this. Give me a second. I'm cooking on something right now. No, I don't want that. Yo, these folks out here doing the most. These white tea people, man. I'm reading that stuff like, jeez, like no remorse. Okay, facts over feeling. Facts over feelings. You dig? You're teaching the truth to the youth and black children. Yeah, I did not ask for that. Revenue, come out and play. I got to cook on you. I want another restricted for pill, and I will be restricted again in 2 seconds. I guarantee that. TikTok. Oh, so but my backup channel, man, my backup channel, I decided just to use my backup channel for like shorts only. Man, my backup channel got only like 140 subscribers. Yo, the first video I uploaded yesterday, I showed my coworker. Again, this is my backup channel that you guys probably don't even know about. Only 140 subscribers. Yo, the first short clip I uploaded, that thing at like 2K right now. Like it got up to like 1,000 views in like 2 hours. And this is the channel I don't have no uploads on. The first upload was at 2K. Like damn. So anyway, I uploaded 9 videos, 7 are at like 1K already. All like 1 minute videos. I'm like, yo, this shorts thing is no joke. So I said, all right, let me keep that up. So I'm use that for like shorts. I'm like, yeah, yeah, that's all right. We'll get it that way. We will get it that way as well. Because I was never a shorts guy, but my coworker, Latino dude, he's a gamer. He kept putting me on like, yo, man, you gotta do it. I said, all right, let me just try it. Cause we get older, you're stuck in your ways. Like, all right, let me just try it. Let me just try it. And man, that's one of the best decisions I ever did in my life. Like, all right, this is, and like another YN put me on TikTok because I was like, that was Minister Meach. I was like, nah, getting stuck in my old ways. I say, nah, let me be youthful. Let me get out there and just see what they talking about. Let me just try. And now, as you can see, that was a good decision. 50 million blacks, 50 million facts, facts over feelings, facts over, and I'm gonna touch back on lineage eligibility, right? Because everybody can't say they're FBA, they're Solon, they're blacks, and get to the bag that's just for us. So it gotta be a way we can stop people from doing that. And just because you are foundational, just because you have a foundational ancestor, that doesn't mean you qualify. There's more boxes to check. Just like when you go catch a flight, you just can't bring your daughter. Oh, this my daughter's FBA. Look at her credentials. So this is my daughter. So can I get in? They're like, nah, where's your credentials? You just can't bring a driver's license or a DNA test. There's a lot more boxes to check before you get approved to book a flight or get this resource or rent this apartment or get this car or get this loan. We need more documents. You got to check more boxes. Well, the same thing with being eligible to be part of the lineage. There's some boxes to check. And if you can't check all the boxes, then unfortunately you're not um, of the lineage. Therefore, you're not entitled to reparatory damages or anything else. Anti-blacks crime bill, whatever comes with that lineage status, is not going to apply to you if you don't check the boxes, all the boxes. So Liberians check some boxes, they don't check all the boxes. Therefore, they're excluded. You feel me? So, so let's get into it. All right. So, blacks ethnicity or FBA or Solana, however you want to call it, any delineating term you want to use. So this applies to all of them. This ain't just blacks. This apply to any delineated term that you choose. FBA, Freedmen, Solana, ADOS, blacks. Okay. All of them are formed as a distinct people. All of them speak to a distinct people through a specific historical arc in the US, right? So we could say slavery all the way through the civil rights era consolidation, right? So it's not a single event. No single event will make you FBA or of the lineage eligible for lineage activities. No single event. Full membership requires, full lineageship requires satisfying all three pillars. The ancestors read the pillars the other day. We'll read them again. It is objective, documentary based, and designed to separate ethnic inheritance from opportunistic claims. Again, the three pillars: objective, one, documentary based, and then three, designed to separate ethnic inheritance from opportunistic claims. So, one, you must descend through at least one parent. from at least one ancestor who was enslaved in the U.S. or a freedman as of December 6, 1865, which is the 13th Amendment ratification. Oh, Liberians like, oh, that's us. That's us. We're FBA. We qualify. No, Liberia. One qualifying line is so you're in the conversation. We don't deal with blood quantum percentage required. Oh, see, FBA, you said FBA, but you got 5%. Don't matter. Different and it's still FBA. Right. So 70 census is still there. Freedmen's Bureau records, plantation records. Okay. In there with the one parent, um, you were in there with the one parent eligibility, but the continuity got you out of there. Okay, so the qualifying lineage must have remained domicile in the U.S. continuously through the formative period 1865, 1968. Liberians, you didn't do that, you're out of there. Okay? Now I keep being restricted on TikTok over and over and over and over and over. Don't know why. So this time I've been appealing them and winning my appeals for like the last like the whole time I was live. So now it's finally said this appeal is not approved. Like whatever. I don't even know what y'all flagging me for, but whatever. The, sh- the show must go on. So the continuity is what got the Liberians up out of there. So because people would say, well, why ain't the Liberians FBA if it only takes one parent? You feel me? So that's why they didn't remain domicile in the U.S. And domicile was a key word when the birthright citizenship was being debated in Supreme Court. Domicile was a key word. Okay, so Reconstruction, they didn't go through that. They didn't go through Jim Crow, Great Migration, and the entire Civil Rights era. Okay, so they broke the continuity by not doing that. So permanent immigration plus naturalization in another country before 1968 creates a separate ethnogenesis Liberians. So Liberians broke the continuity because they had permanent immigration in Liberia plus naturalization in Liberia before 1968, right? So that created a separate ethnogenesis. And I'm using Liberia as an example because people bring that up the most. But we're talking about anybody who went to Canada, anybody who went to Haiti, you dig? So anybody who went to any part of Africa outside of Liberia, the Congo, whatever, this also applies to them. You went to Brazil, you went to Mexico. This applies to all of them, but I'm using Liberia as my example because this is the one that be brought up the most. Okay. So what does not break the continuity? If you have a temporary absence, let's say military service, education, right? You went to school somewhere else cheaper. You know, at one point Castro was offering, allegedly offering free schooling if you want to be a doctor. Like this was alleged supposed to happen. Castro's offering free education for any Black American who wanted to seek to be a doctor in Cuba. So if you go there for work for 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years, this is this is the exception. This is a temporary absence. You do not break your continuity or you military service, like you're serving your country in Japan or you're occupying Japan or you're in Iran and you're just occupying there for 10, 15, 20 years. That's a temporary absence. You do not break the continuity. Or if you're working, you're teaching people how to speak English in another country for 10, 15, 20 years and you just live there. You brought your whole family there. You're there. That's a temporary absence. There's a short expat period. So no, you're still with the lineage. You still qualify. So the Americo-Liberians, they are excluded. Anybody who went to Canada, Jamaica, all when they before the 13th Amendment, before December 6th, 1865, everybody who left the country seeking asylum status somewhere else and remained there, Canada, Haiti, Liberia, y'all gone. You're done. All y'all done. Y'all formed your own ethnicity in that country. You got citizenship, naturalization in that country. You're done. You're no longer foundational Black American. And the third pillar is membership, right? Current identity and allegiance. And this would take out other folks who like, hey, well, what about this person? This person got an FBA parent. Is this person FBA? Well, current identity and allegiance will get them up out of here. So U.S. citizenship acquired at birth. Okay, birthright citizenship. So you need to have U.S. citizen acquired at birth, birthright or through qualifying parent abroad. Okay, so you have to have primary national allegiance to the U.S. Primary. That means this is your country. You're not banging another country. If we catch you publicly banging another country as your country, you're not FBA. Documented self-identification as, you know, it should say black Negro on there, black spelled with a CK. Okay. So the 14th Amendment Citizenship Clause was explicitly crafted for us, freedmen. It is treated as part of our inherited status. Okay, so those are all three pillars. You have to qualify through those three pillars. If you don't check one of those boxes, you're out of here. You're not FBA, you're not lineage, you're not blacks. Okay. So that's just a short version of that. Yeah, I think yeah, that's it on that. Anybody all right? Anybody in their feelings over that? Are you in your feelings over that? Then I gotta play a song. You should be in your facts over your feelings.
Facts over feelings. Facts over feelings. Teaching the truth to the youth and black children. 50 million blacks for 50 million facts. Facts over feelings. Facts over feelings. Teaching the truth to the youth and black children. 50 million blacks for 50 million facts. Facts over feelings. Facts over feelings. Teaching the truth to the youth and black children. 50 million blacks for 50 million facts. Facts over feelings. Facts over feelings. Teaching the truth to the youth and black children. 50 million blacks for 50 million facts. Facts over feelings. Teaching the truth to the youth and black children. 50 million blacks for 50 million facts.
Facts over feelings. You dig? Anybody in their feelings? Then if you're not choosing facts over feelings, then you're gonna be in you're gonna have some issues. Okay, especially over here. Um, Republicans. So back to immigration. So Republicans generally place greater emphasis on skill-based and labor market focused immigration, while Democrats generally place a greater emphasis on humanitarian admissions and family reunification. However, both parties support a mix of economic, family-based, and humanitarian immigration, and neither party's immigration agenda can be accurately reduced to only one category. So I'm pointing out that Republicans, which I already told you guys, Republicans normally go after hyper selected immigrants, and Democrats go after the humanitarian immigrants. So the Republicans, the immigrants the Republicans go after do not compete with us in workspaces. They are there. They are the immigrants they go after represent the 1% of their countries. They usually apply for the jobs they go get is nothing that we got on our on our radar. These are tech CEOs. These are people who start pharmaceutical companies. They're PhD, double PhDs. That's what they do. The humanitarian immigrants, the folks that the Democrat Party go after, they literally compete with us with resources and jobs. That's just a fact. So I don't know how anybody blue, the brother Jabaris, whoever else, like they couldn't stand a chance over here. Like Whack 100 cooked them. So if you let a gangbanger cook you, Jabari, you got no wins in Mikasa. Dude, you let a gangbanger cook you on history? Yeah, you got no shot over here. But I do want to talk to him because I like to point out people's people who's supposed to be smart. I like to like expose them. So yeah, man, the Juneteenth and Emancipation Proclamation, all these things, we got to talk about those. Uh, they're different from the 13th Amendment. I gotta say. So the Emancipation Proclamation, this is some deep stuff right here. You might want to write this down. Yeah, listen, when I say this on TikTok, I'm being restricted every like 3 minutes. I appeal it, I win, restricted. Appeal, win, restrict. Appeal, win, restrict. Over and over. The whole time been live. You dig? So this is some stuff when you want to be when you choose activism. This is what you're gonna go through. It don't bother me. I just keep pressing appeal, appeal, appeal. I got time. I got time today. But you should write this down. This is important. It's important because most people don't know the difference between the 13th Amendment and Emancipation Proclamation when it relates to Black Americans. So I'm giving you the difference. So the Emancipation Proclamation, January 1st, 1863, okay, it did not free every enslaved person in America, every blacks. It did not free every blacks in America. Who did it apply to? Hold on. This is going to shock y'all. Who did who did Emancipation Proclamation? Who was that speaking to? Family? That only applied to areas in rebellion against the United States. So that only applied to Confederate rule. So Emancipation Proclamation, it only set free to the blacks, BLAX, that were in Confederate states and rulership. It did not apply to Kentucky, Delaware, Maryland, Missouri, or other Union controlled parts of the South. Okay, so Union, so states that had slaves that were Union controlled, those states were not freed. So yes, the Union frees blacks, BLAX, only from Confederate rule. They did not free blacks who were in Union control of rule. So the people who say, we freed y'all, my ancestors freed y'all, we don't owe no reparations, your ancestors kept us enslaved, in slavery, my guy. You freed us from the Confederates, but your ancestors kept us as slaves. The proclamation applied only to states in rebellion, Confederate controlled territory. It did not apply to loyal slave states. They call it slave states. So the states that did not go against the Union, wanted to secede, who had slaves, they were called loyal slave states. They were allowed to keep their slaves in slavery. They were allowed to keep blacks, BLX, in slavery. Okay. Hmm. The 13th Amendment. The 13th Amendment. So when was Emancipation Proclamation? When I give that date was January 1st, 1863. Okay. So it wasn't until 2 years later through the 13th Amendment where blacks, BLAX, were actually freed. So January 1865, Congress passed the 13th Amendment. It was ratified December 6th, 1865. So it was officially proclaimed December 18th, 1865. And that, and only that, abolished slavery nationwide. So every state, all 50 states, had to free and release blacks from servitude, from forced servitude. So Emancipation Proclamation only freed blacks from Confederate controlled states, rebellious states. It did not free blacks who were in loyal slave states or in Union controlled slave states. Okay. So Juneteenth was 1865, I believe. So I think these restrictions on TikTok that keep happening over and over and over. Even though I'm winning them, look, and as soon as I win one, all right, let me. How about this? Let me stop appealing. Let me just stop. Let me just leave it restricted. See what happens there. I think it's restricted for 10 minutes and then it goes away. But I think the restrictions add up. Where who knows? What type of penalty? Okay, so Juneteenth come to play because Juneteenth. So you like so somebody might ask, so how did Juneteenth get wrapped up in this? Right? What did Juneteenth got to do with this? People mix it in there. Okay, sometimes correctly, sometimes incorrectly. But Texas was actually geographically isolated. So slavery continued after the Civil War, right? So after the Civil War, slavery continued. Um, so June 19th, 1865, that marked federal enforcement of emancipation in Texas. Okay. So June 19th, 1865 marked federal enforcement of emancipation in Texas. So blacks Texans began celebrating it almost immediately, right? Some people say, hey, it's a new holiday or new day of observance. No, it's not. In June 19th, 1865, marked enforcement of emancipation in Texas, and black Texans began celebrated it almost immediately. That means around 1865, people were celebrating, and after 1865, but in the 1860s for sure, black Americans in Texas were celebrating Juneteenth. Now, the holiday grew organically for all of us, you dig, eventually, because we all embraced it. Because the black Texans are no different than New Jerseyans, blacks New Jerseyans, or black Californians, same thing, same lineage. So no, this holiday was not invented by modern politicians, as some people like to promote. Because people like to gaslight us and say, "Hey, Juneteenth, this is something new." Like even like the Chinese guy at the gym said to me like recently, like I never heard of Juneteenth. Like he was kind of like doing the same thing, like saying, "Hey, this is something that just made up by Democrats today," and no. Black communities in Texas were celebrating Juneteenth way long before it became a federal holiday. So that's all. So it was always a Texas state thing, and it became a federal holiday in 2021. So that's the distinction you want to debate these guys with and say it was federally recognized recently, but it was always recognized by the Texans since Juneteenth, 1865. So that's a distinction that most people never heard of. But again, only on Black News and Updates. I call the channel Black News and Facts. No, I call it Blacks News and Facts. Blacks News and Facts. So, but stuff like that you'll get here, only here. Like people talk about it, they say it, but it leaves some confusion. Like, yo, what the 13th Amendment, emancipation, that's the same. So Juneteenth and federal holidays, 2021. So this is new. This is made up holiday. No, that's federally recognized. It was always statewide recognized in Texas among the lineage. Okay. January 1st, 1863, amendment about slavery officially after the ratification, things like that. December 18th, 1865. That's the facts. You're in your feelings, that's too bad, but that's the facts. Facts over feelings.
Facts over feelings. Facts over feelings. Teaching the truth to the youth and black children. 50 million blacks with 50 million facts. Facts over feelings. Facts over feelings. Teaching the truth to the youth and black children. 50 million blacks with 50 million facts. Facts over feelings. Facts over feelings. Teaching the truth to the
50
youth
million
and black
blacks
children.
with 50 million facts.
50 million blacks with 50 million facts. Facts over feelings. Facts
Grand
over
Rising.
feelings. Teaching the truth to the youth and black children.
50 million facts.
Million blacks with 50 million facts. Facts over feelings.
And black children.
Teaching the truth to the youth and black children. 50 million blacks with 50 million facts.
You dig. When I'm trying to find a video so I can like chop it up. When did which day IBM came over? Trying to find a video when IBM came over. Cause he said some crazy stuff. And I need to single that out, make that video. See if I can find that video. Oh yeah, wait. No. No. Not gonna do that.
We're gonna just give it to him.
Okay, so it was before then? Yeah, these days be going by quick, yo. This felt like the other day. We got Godfrey chimping out. Yeah, then we got Buddy that called in on me that all right. Yeah, these days be going by fast, bro. Mm. All right, so it's that one. Okay, it's that one. Yeah, I don't know if it's just me, but these days be going by too fast, Kyrie. Okay. So I found the guy. Mm. So I'm trying to do more uploads because I'm doing like 5, 6 hour live videos, and a lot of stuff be in those videos that get lost because who's gonna watch a 6 hour video? You feel me? And so I'm trying to keep track of the meat that was in those videos and extract that and make that a video itself. So that's important. But I'm trying to find that IBM one when he chose his soul over the lineage. That was hilarious. So I'm looking for that one.
We abandoned the phrase Negro and
Or she's from the lineage.
myself, I'm not in favor of abortion. Let's go do that. And that's how the Steve Harvey
Being none of y'all black islands. You did. Okay, so it ain't that one.
I didn't give a fuck.
Godfrey is wilding out, man. Borrow my argument. Yeah, but he's done though, as far as I'm concerned. UPID and yeah. Documented me. As I said before, Godfrey, he's going to come out that he's a conservative very soon. In the next 2 years, 3 years, Godfrey going to say he's going to admit he's a conservative.
People so they can
on that, but kick. You dig? But you could defend yourself. I can't. That are completely. Where is that IBM? That IBM was funny as crap. But Tariq is greater. He's more accomplished. You dig? Not what
y'all heard the conversations y'all having. Y'all
I'm gonna keep the same energy. Was black.
say the full data set, which
White people did that to you. That's the only time they bring up the white people pick people. Just
Right.
come
And
against
and
us
what
about something.
and what did the white people do? I'm kind of open to
You
hear
speaking the
that.
white people language. You in the white people land. You in the white.
No,
That's the only time
no,
white.
no, no.
See,
Right,
no,
right,
no, no.
right.
I
See,
know
but the
that's not
thing,
true, but I'm
yeah,
saying that's
I know, I got you.
the.
You can't just take a word of definition and redefine it too late for that because this word is which one is better to do. Yeah, I'm gonna share my screen. So you ain't gotta believe me. You know me. I just show you. Yeah, I can hear it now. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for coming up, man.
Yes, sir. Yeah, yeah. So people say they can't hear me sometimes on TikTok, or yeah, you can't hear the TikTok people. That's because a lot of times I'm mobile. Now, if I'm driving, I mean, if I'm right now, I'm not mobile, so I got the mic. So if they call it now, you'll hear every last word. But sometimes when I'm mobile, like the phones, I keep the phones together. But as I'm driving, they like flopping around in the car, and they make these mobile phones, cell phones. They make them super slippery. So hold them in my hand, they fall out my hand. It's just really hard to like keep them together when I'm mobile live on TikTok and YouTube. So forgive me, but you can always go to my TikTok and watch it because you can hear me and them clear there. All right, I'm trying to find that IBM, man. That was too funny for me to let that one go.
I see that they're so proud. Like I said, I don't see how you can have that type of pride for a place and not want to put some sweat into it.
Yeah.
Question.
Tribal nation statehood status. I don't meaning the spelling distinguishes it from the. But when everybody leave, we're the only people left in the group with no identity, no specific unique identity. For example, Haitian. Okay, all right. Okay, all right. So there's a 7-hour video. All right. So I found the cosplaying tether. All right. So I got this one. Okay. So it's all right. 7-hour video. I gotta parse through a 7-hour, which ain't gonna be that hard. But I mean, it's gonna be it ain't gonna be too hard, but because I'm used to it. But damn, the downloads like OD. All right, so let me do that one. I'm looking for that IBM one. That was hilarious. When he chose his soul over the lineage. So it had to be like July 4, 5, 6, around those dates. Why? Why? Tell them that it had to be around July 4 or 5. I'll find it later. I think it's this one though, but it was a funny one. Reparations. Right. I said, dude, I said IBM is defending the lineage your priority. He said no. He said the his priority is saving his soul from hellfire. So I'm like, so the lineage can go to hell, but your soul can't. Like your individual self soul can't go to hell, but the entire lineage can, all right? Like, dude, that was like the most cooning thing. And then he tried, yeah, you can't. He tried to come back and clean it up like the next day versus talking to the ancestors. Like, dude, you ain't about to clean that one up. So I narrowed it down where it can. I'm gonna find it. I narrowed it down. It has to be because he tried to clean it up. He tried to clean it up on the 8th, July 8th. So that means
And there was a video.
that means the video had to be done from the third. It could be from the third to the 7th. He had to do the video. So I'm gonna just come back and just search through July 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. One of those days, he did the video, and so I'll find it. I'll find it. But what about that facts over feelings song? What about that? Let's get back to it.
Facts over feelings. Facts over feelings. Teaching the truth to the youth and black children. 50 million blacks with 50 million facts. Facts over feelings. Facts over feelings. Teaching the truth to the youth and black children. 50 million blacks with 50 million facts. Facts over feelings. Facts over feelings. Teaching the truth to the youth and black children. 50 million blacks with 50 million facts. Facts over feelings. Facts over feelings. Teaching the truth to the youth and black children. 50 million blacks with 50 million facts. Facts over feelings. Teaching the truth to the youth and black children. 50 million blacks with 50 million facts.
All right. All right. All right. Let me see. Somebody said no sound. Check. I don't see no. You gotta stop. You gotta stop. And again, let me re-clarify.
Negro, right? So 1940, 50, speaking articulately. You feel me? A day later, after we, okay, some white talk.
over there. Listen, in this situation, I'm sorry to say, I'm pro-Trump, but the white boy gotta wait.
You just saying you pro-Trump too?
Yeah, I'm pro-Trump.
Well, you can just leave. You should just leave.
What the fuck you mean? Trump is just man. I'm pro-Trump.
Okay, fine. I love Trump.
Nigga, I
we'll
love
talk
Trump.
about
It wasn't no fire, was it?
Until we became
But you like Joe Biden, weak ass?
Listen, I'm a New Yorker.
Obama.
That mean Trump's a New Yorker.
I've known Trump for a long time.
You don't know Trump.
And
you actually, don't know Trump.
I actually.
Over there. Listen, in this situation, I'm sorry to say, I'm pro-Trump, but the white boy gotta wait.
You just saying you pro-Trump too?
Yeah, I'm pro-Trump like a
You can just
motherfucker.
leave. You should just leave.
What the fuck?
Leave. You should just leave.
What the fuck you mean? Trump is just man. I'm pro-Trump.
Okay, fine. I love Trump.
Nigga, I
We'll
love
talk
Trump.
about. You'll
It
talk
wasn't no
about.
fire, was it?
Until we became
But you like Joe Biden, weak ass?
Listen.
Everybody watching this. Everybody watching this. This is going kind of like hurt, but she just said something I want everybody to reflect on. I want to reflect on this. Something happened, right? And the things that happened, you could take a Cuban person, put him next to me, he have dark skin. They're going to consider him black, right? You're going to say he black. Our skin don't determine where we at. That don't determine nationality. See, what happened to us in slavery, something happened, and this happened to us, and y'all don't understand what happened. Our nationality was lost. The closest thing they can find us to, they direct us to is from Africa. But Africa is not us because Africa sold us, right? So everybody that's watching this got to understand this. We are not Africans. If you are in America, there's no way you can be Africans because you were sold by the Africans.
They didn't want. Your punk ass.
What is your rebuttal to native blacks versus African Americans?
What
there are native blacks and there are African Americans.
I'm saying something.
We all natives.
I say that all the time. Listen, it's totally different, and I can go directly against that compared to native. When natives when they got here, when Christopher Columbus came here, he saw everybody watching this. The younger people that's actually part of the panel to get a chance to step up and get involved in this because this is the problem. We are Trying to find nationality, is it even important?
Not me. Hell no.
Right. What was your question? I don't think it's important at all.
Please, go ahead.
I mean, as an African,
What?
No, I'm just bullshitting. What I'm saying is,
They got white Africans?
yeah, I mean, why not?
I saw you more African here.
That's what I'm
Way
saying.
more African than this. See?
Let him answer, please.
I'm more African than you.
Hold on, we're gonna allow your time. Go ahead, your time has begun.
I'm saying, so you said you're from multiple places in Africa, and you think your people are from America.
I'm American. Yeah.
Period.
My shit
No matter
started on
what.
the plantation. And then up. I don't all that shit that
Before
happened.
that,
That's a fact, nigga.
I mean, that was going on here. It doesn't mean
Mississippi,
it happened
Alabama,
there.
Louisiana. Yeah, I can trace that back. Will McElroy, Tumasuma, Mississippi. He went back and bought the land he was a slave on.
The younger people that's actually part of the
Stop for a second because you interrupted a lot. So let's be really clear that something horrible happened. There were some Africans that were involved, but I don't know why these Negroes, and I'm gonna call them Negroes for a second,
You a
are
Negro.
focused on
Fuck you, man,
the
nigga.
group of people who got the least benefit. Their societies were
You're a
destroyed.
Negro.
Their societies were destroyed. I don't see him rolled up in the Citibank saying, "What about the money that you took in my over there?"
Listen, in this situation, I'm sorry to say,
with no
I'm
difference.
pro-Trump, but the white boy got away.
Did you say you pro-Trump too?
Yeah, I'm pro-Trump like a
You can just
motherfucker.
leave. You should just leave.
What the fuck you mean?
Crazy.
Trump is just man. I'm pro-Trump. It's a
Okay,
fact.
I love Trump.
Nigga, I
We'll
love
talk
Trump.
about- you'll
And
talk
what
about
I'm saying
that.
is this.
Until we became
But you like Joe Biden,
president.
weak ass?
Listen, I'm a New Yorker.
Obama.
That mean Trump's
I've
from New
known
York.
Trump for a long
You
time.
don't know Trump.
And the
You don't
actually,
know Trump.
I actually have over there.
Listen, in this situation, I'm born here.
At the Supreme
I'm American.
Court today.
I'm
We're
American.
going to cut
He tried
filming
to
in
take
one
away
moment. If
birthright
not,
citizenship.
we're going to
What
cut
you
filming
mean?
in
Nigga,
one
that ain't
moment.
what
If
that
not.
is.
He tried
You
to take away
dumbass
birthright
nigga.
We gotta
citizenship.
wait.
Watch out, you fucking the camera up. Birthright. Citizenship, this is what he's saying.
sure.
If somebody from Mexico crossed the border illegally, have a baby here on U.S. soil. At one point in time, they were saying because the baby was born on U.S. soil, he had birthright citizenship. That ain't got nothing to do with a motherfucking Native American
Did
that
you
was born
read
here.
the document?
Fuck is you talking about?
Did you
He's
read
dumb
his
as fuck.
filing?
It's niggas like you.
Did you
who
read
try to
his
turn on
filing?
people
Did
away
you
from
read the
shit
filing?
That's empowering
Did
us.
you read that? That's a yes or no question. Can you say yes or no?
When I'm telling
Did you read the filing?
do you take offering?
Did you read the
Answer
filing?
that.
Did you read
Why
the
you ain't
filing?
answering?
Did you read the
Do you take
filing?
offering?
Do you read the
Are
filing?
you a beggar?
Jabari, can you answer the question? Do you
I
take offering or not?
I want to be really clear. I've answered it several times.
Go ahead,
please go
I
ahead.
have several nonprofits. One of them is spiritual. I take no
Spiritual?
salary
Nigga,
from
what the
any
fuck is a
of
spiritual?
them. I take no
That's a
salary.
manipulation
I have
of our people.
businesses,
I agree.
and I'm a college professor.
That's a manipulation
That's what
of
I
our
do.
Do you have a
people.
following question
You
for
a
Wacky?
nigga that
that
read
is
some
yes.
books.
My
Take a
question
test.
is,
agree. Wacky, answer the question.
Did he read the Supreme Court filing put forth by the Trump administration?
My question to you
because
is,
I just
has he
do you
revoked our
notice that he
citizenship?
can't
Hold on,
answer
Wacky,
a
that's your question.
Did you
Wacky-
notice he can't answer the
don't have to
question?
read it.
Because the reality
For
is
what?
he's speaking
There's no
about something
changes.
he does not know.
Was it a change?
You are the see.
I'm born here.
At the Supreme
I'm
Court
American.
today.
I'm
We're
American.
going to cut
All right, so now as family, we're looking at Queen as family, we're looking
As family, we're looking at
Facts over feelings, facts over feelings. Teaching the truth to the youth and black children. 50 million blacks. 50 million facts. Blacks with 50 million facts. Facts over feelings, facts over feelings. Teaching the truth to the youth and black children. 50 million blacks with 50 million facts. Facts over feelings, facts over feelings. Teaching the truth to the youth and black children. 50 million blacks with 50 million facts. Facts over feelings. Teaching the truth to the